This is just a quick plug to announce that on the 7th of February, I will be speaking at a webinar for the Italian Strength and Conditioning Society. My topic is leadership and soft skills in high performance sport. The webinar will be hosted at 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. GMT +1. You can get access to the webinar through the link in the description. And by taking part of this webinar, you will get 1 educational credit. And I asked him, like, how do you get around telling them that and making them understand that that's a normal thing and it's actually will help them in the future?
Yes, they're athletes, they're competitive, but like they're still adults that got admitted to like go to college. So you should be able to explain to like, hey, like you realize how our off season, how hard, how like you might be sore going up and down steps and getting on and off the toilet. That's going to affect your jump. But right now, that's not the goal. The goal is for all the pieces of all the elements that you need to be transferred to train, like your training to transfer to win 6 months from now. I don't care how you feel right now, or I don't need this to be its best ever. And, so that's where those conversations and you being a coach that can communicate that is like what's key to where they buy in and don't just be like, I'm getting worse.
Yeah, it's just communicating the goals time of year, but also showing them the result.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think if you show them and they see it, and like you say, hey, this jump may have been down from your last one, but if you look at your results from 2 years, your lows are now higher than your previous highs. Your highs are higher than your previous highs. Like your low, just because it's down from last time you had a great last jump. Okay. Think about what you did last week. You're probably still a little sore, still a little fatigued. Couple weeks after might be down, but then you're going to shoot up once your nervous system's recovered and you're ready to go again. So I think just explaining your goals, letting them see it, because they can see a trend that goes up. Your low that you just jumped is higher than your previous high. So like we're getting better as we go on, even though you might not be feeling just as good because you hit a PR last week. So I think just explaining and showing them that helps them understand.
And then like, if you have an athlete where it doesn't look pretty and it's not going up, like let's have a conversation. Like, ask them, own it. What are you doing differently than your teammates are getting these results? Is there something out of your control that we need to reel back in or explore, or are you taking care of yourself? I always tell my athletes, like, you can't overtrain, but you can under recover. And those other 23 hours, that's on you. But I'm not overtraining you. So like that goes back to like the coach's eye and like that piece of it to get that buy-in.
Yeah. And what specifically are you doing with like jump mats and how that system falls into your force plates and the availability of them?
So like for us, it's like I mentioned before, we do it post practice. So when we lift, so we'll do it Mondays. So typically the first day of the week, day after an off day, 2 days out from your game. So we'll practice and then we'll have our lift. And then after first set of our squats or first set of A block, I'll start sending my guys over to jump throughout it. So like everyone's warmed up a bit. They're coming from practice. They might still be within their warm up sets for their squats, but they're going over and jumping like continually. So I'll send one over and then they just go down the racks, just grab the next person. Do it once a week. It's just the easiest way, the most time efficient way that I found to do it because I can fit it within a lift. I don't have to take time away at the beginning or end of a lift or practice. So I think it's just, plus they're already primed a little bit. They're warmed up, so you don't have to do a separate warm up for the force plate.
That's how I do it as well. It's just all about if we're taking away training time to get this data that we may or may not use, that's when it's like not worth it to me. But if we can, fit in our warm up sets, send a rack at a time and not take away from the training, then I think why not do it?
That's a good idea as well, the cascading as opposed to lining everyone up and getting them through it.
Yeah, because they're going to stay constantly warm. I mean, and then it's just, some guys like to go earlier, some guys like to get a couple sets in. So like it kind of lets them feel good. And sometimes we're like, all right, when you're feeling good, go jump, because some take a little bit longer. So it just helps. And it just helps with the flow of it.
Yeah.
It takes 30 seconds, takes like 30 seconds to jump, go over, come back, you're right into your set.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that you're kind of using it as priming as well. So whether you're on a squat rack doing the movement or you're on jumping,
Yeah.
there is some form of priming in there for the lift.
Yeah, because it's very common for people to pair a plyometric movement with like a barbell, like strength or power movement. So I guess we just like fit in our 4 stack in that same time
Yeah.
allotment and get both.
Yeah.
Or jump at like whatever you have at your facility. That's the best utilization of time that we have.
Mhm.